So we are going to start on our back. If you would like to come into a little bit of a back bend, you can slide a blanket, a bolster, anything underneath through the chest. If you don't have anything handy or you just want to lie on your back, that's totally fine as well. Another thing you can do, just to make use of your mat, if you want to take the back bend, is to kind of roll it up about halfway. And then you can come down on the mat. So either come down onto your back or find something that support you. So if you come down with the little rolled up portion of your mat, it comes kind of right towards the edge of your bra strap, and you just come over. The shoulders and head and the arms are all on the mat. So you can keep your knees bent. You can let the legs go long. Just settling into whatever position you want to start classes. Take a moment here and bring your attention and your awareness to the sockets of the eyes. Feel the sockets of the eyes soften. Feel that softness wash over the entire face. Down the entire body. Being present in your body, noticing your breath, noticing how your body feels against the floor. Set an intention for your week. What do you want to focus on this week? How do you want to feel? Inhale, fill up the lungs. Exhale, long, slow sigh out the mouth. One more time, just like that. The legs are long, bend the knees, place the soles of the feet on the mat. Taking your time, you're going to slowly roll over to your side. Eventually press yourself up. We're going to move into a seated position. Finding a comfortable seat, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Taking your hands anywhere that will give you lots of length through the spine. Rooting down, pressing into the sits bones, lengthening out through the crown of the head. The neck is long, the chest is lifted. We're going to start to just draw some circles here. Line these circles, letting that movement all the way up to the spine. Just trying not to think about it, moving in any way that works for you this morning. Take it in the opposite direction. Finding your way to center. Reach the arms out to a T, fingertips gently pressing into the floor. Lengthening here, left arm sweeps up and over. Inhale for center, up and over. Start to find some flow, finding that lateral movement through the spine. Just lubricating all the spaces between the vertebrae before we start to twist this morning. Take one more side stretch. And find your way back to center. Go ahead and lengthen the legs out. Gently flex the toes towards the ceiling. Sitting up nice and tall, once again, pressing the fingertips into the floor. We're just gonna come forward. So we're not really warm yet, we're not gonna come too far. We're just gonna hinge at the hips. And you're gonna find a little bit of a sway through the spine. All those little spaces between the vertebrae, they have lubrication between them. And as we get older, we have less lubrication. But movement will help lubricate those spaces. It's kind of like we're the Tin Man, and this is how we oil. That way everything moves a little smoother. And you're gonna kind of sway yourself back up, nice and slow. Once the spine is long, just take a moment, pull the shoulders up, back, down, one more time, back, and down. So find a comfortable seat and do a little bit of breath work. So we're gonna do 4, 7, 8. We inhale for 4, we hold for 7, we exhale for 8. So it's 4, 7, 8, but you can modify. So if you're doing this breath and it feels really hard and you have to strain the breath, adjust your count. So you can always bring your count down. So it's 4, 7, 8. I'll walk you through it. Just find lots of space to breathe into. We're gonna inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very nice. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. Let everything go. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue on your own. Inhale for 4. Hold for 7. Exhale for 8. That calms the nervous system, it resets the body. Take one more round. And return to your native breath. Just being present here, and that's how you feel. The breath moves freely in and out of the body. Slowly blink open the eyes if the eyes are closed. Now we're going to transition to our first twist. So like I said at the beginning of class, you can modify these, you can support your body however you need. And we are going to be in them for a few breaths. If you need some cushion for the knees, feel free to take it. We're going to come into a child's pose twist to start. So coming into your child's pose, maybe the knees stay on top of the hips, maybe the hips don't go back that far. The arms are out. And then we're going to take the left arm and thread it through. So we're in child's pose, the left arm is threading underneath the right. As you settle in here, just take a cleansing breath. And I'm going to time us today. Just letting your body fall into this twist. Breathing fully. When we twist, we are restricting some of the blood flow to the organs, not in a bad way. But then when we come out of the twist, fresh oxygenated blood returns to those organs, sort of flushing them out, helping them work more efficiently, getting rid of anything that's been building up in our system. The twist and the breath kind of wrings everything out. It's like a fresh start. You do feel discomfort in a pose. Just sit with it if you can. If you feel pain, obviously come out right away. In these longer holds, sometimes the body starts to get a little cranky. And it's easy to just come out of the pose when it is uncomfortable. So the big part of the practice is to sit with that discomfort. Few more breaths here. Slowly slide your right palm closer to your face. You're going to press yourself up really slowly, unthreading the arm. Coming into tabletop, taking some cat-cow tilts, some hip circles, just anything that feels like a release in your body. One's going to be a little different. And then if you haven't already, let's take a downward facing dog just to really lengthen into the spine, curl the toes. Maybe find stillness, maybe pedal out the feet. And then returning to child's pose. Once again, we're going to take the twist on the other side. So this time you're going to thread the right arm underneath. Again, modifying however you need. You can stay Up on the knees. Settling into the breath. Noticing the subtle differences on the two sides. How does this side feel compared to the other side? How does your breath move through your body in this pose? Are there any areas where it feels like it gets stuck? Are there areas where it feels like it's easier to breathe into? Just sitting with anything that comes up, not attaching to it, just acknowledging it. Just a few more breaths here. Softening into your twist. Sliding the left palm closer to your face. Press yourself up. Again, super slow. Take any movement that you need. A lot of times when we come out of these yin poses, we feel really tight and fragile. So honoring that. In your tabletop, slide your left leg out. Toes are pivoting down and pointing straight ahead. Inhale your left arm up. Reach the fingertips forward and then sink back towards your hips. So we'll do that 2 more times, reaching forward and coming back. Forward and coming back. Planting the palm, coming all the way up to the legs. Float the arms up, left hand slides down the leg, reach up through the right side body. Float it up to center, take the hands down. You're going to slide the leg over to the right, and then look the right way. Apparently the garden is that side. Release it, shake the hips out. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So sliding the right leg out. Pressing the toes into the floor, float the right arm up for your twist. Reach it forward and sink it back. Reach it forward and sink it back. A couple more times, follow your breath. And then we're going to plant the hands. Come all the way up. Maybe you can hear me a little better now. Hand slides down the leg, reach up Inhale, float through center. Return to table, slide the leg back and over to the left. Turn your gaze to look at that foot, press the right hip away. And release, rock the hips out, exaggerating that side to side movement. From here, we're gonna come into pigeon, which is called swan when it's a yin variation. So if you like to use props, if you have a blanket or a block or a bolster, feel free to take that to support your hip or to come down onto. So we're gonna start on the left side. I will demo from this angle. So you're gonna slide the left knee all the way out towards the edge of the mat, towards the wrist. You can walk the foot in a little bit if you'd like, and then walk the back foot back. If you have a prop, maybe sliding underneath that hip. You can stay up. You can come down to your forearms. You can slide a prop underneath you. If you'd like to include a twist, you're welcome to slide the right arm or the left arm underneath you. So whichever one feels best for you. You can add in a twist element, or you can stay exactly where you are. And just a reminder, the modification is still the same. So figure 4 on your back. Maybe hanging out here. Maybe interlacing the hands behind the thighs. So this is the alternative. Just wherever you decide to be. Staying connected to your breath. Relaxing the sockets of the eye, the face. Thinking about the intention that you set at the beginning of class. What steps can you take to make that happen? Your intention was more of a feeling. How does that feeling feel? Dropping in, a few more breaths. This stretch can be a little intense. So if you do need to come out early or back out, that is okay. Couple more breaths. You're almost there. Coming out of this pose very, very slowly. There is no rush. Walking the hands back, stepping the back foot back. Maybe rocking the hips, stretching the leg, taking down dog or three-legged dog. In between the poses, really listening to your intuition. What does your body need? What is your body craving? Where do you need to release? And then we're going to settle into the other side. So right knee comes all the way out towards the right wrist, right edge of the mat. Walk the foot back. If you need that support, slide it underneath the hip. Maybe stay lifted. You can always hang out here, eventually come down. Or you can lower all the way down. Settling in with a cleansing breath. You can incorporate the twist. Either arm can thread underneath, whichever one feels more natural. Letting all of the sounds around you to drop you deeper into this present moment. Trying your best to be present with yourself. Being kind to yourself. Talking to yourself the way you would talk to a dear friend. Just a couple more breaths. Where can you settle? Where can you soften? Taking your time, ever so slowly, ever so gently. Press yourself out. Moving your body intuitively. Eventually, you're going to find your way into a seat once again. Any seat that you'd like to start with. It may be nice for this one to have some sort of prop underneath you. But before we do our next twist, we're going to do our breath work once again. So inhaling for 4, holding for 7, exhaling for 8. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Everything is soft. Jaw, the throat, the shoulders. Take one more round. And just breathe. When you open the eyes, coming into our next twist, I'm going to give you a handful of options for this next variation. So what it can look like is sliding the right leg in and then taking the left leg over. So this is the full variation. This can be challenging. So some other options are to straighten the right leg and just bring the left leg in, or you can cross the leg over. So any of those variations will work. Slide this leg in, take it over. So we're sitting up nice and tall. This is where the props can be helpful. We're just gonna sit up tall and then twist over to the left to start. Just gently twisting. You might only twist halfway. You might come a little bit deeper. It's just whatever you can sustain. We won't be here as long as we did the other twists. Take a cleansing breath. Just trying your best to soften into this pose. You can move, you can adjust. Don't feel like you have to be still and frozen. These little micro adjustments can feel really great. Softening into the breath. Imagine that you're breathing into those spaces between the spine. Gently unwinding, returning to center, and then we'll counter twist in the opposite direction. So just gazing over the right shoulder. The left hand can come wherever you would like. Maybe the inside of the leg, maybe it stays out. Twists are a metaphor for finding comfort and balance. They can cool and calm us. They can ignite us and fire us up. And each time we exit our twist, we come into balance. So today we're coming into balance. We're finding comfort and calm. Unwinding that. Release the legs. Let both of the legs go long. Maybe shake it out a little bit. I'm just going to take an easy forward fold here. So neutralizing the spine, hinging at the hips, letting the body melt forward, maybe reaching for the toes or the shins or the knees. We're going to roll it up. Head rises left. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So taking your version of that twist to the opposite side. The leg can be out. Maybe you just bring the foot in. Maybe you cross it over. Maybe you want to bend into the knee and cross the leg to the other side. So there is no wrong answer here. We just want to find all the length that we can and then go ahead and take our twist over to the right. Settling into your breath. Once again, noticing the subtle differences between the two sides of your body. There's always an imbalance between the left and the right side of our body. It's just the nature of what we do on a daily basis. Simply noticing that. How does it feel? And you breathe into all of those spaces. Unwinding, returning to center, and then slowly twisting in the opposite direction. The right hand comes wherever feels the most natural and supportive. And slowly unwind. Release the legs. Take them out long. And this time we're going to do a nice side stretch, floating the arms up on the inhale. Left hand comes down to the mat, reach up, maybe over. Swapping sides. And bringing it back. We are going to transition onto our back for one more twist. Coming down to the back, take the feet as wide as the mat. Arms reach out to a T, palms down. We're just going to start by windshield wipering the legs left and right. And try to do this really slowly, like slower than you've ever done this movement. And the next time the knees fall to the right, you're going to find your twist. So maybe the knees just kind of hang over. You have that prop with you, the pillow or whatever it is. Maybe you want to slide it underneath the right hip or the right knee for support. You feel like you want a little more, take the right ankle onto the left thigh, and then the weight of the leg just gives you a little bit more. Take a cleansing breath in, fill up the lungs. Long exhale through the mouth. Feeling into this last twist. When we twist in one direction, we always twist in the opposite direction because we're working to find balance and equilibrium in the body. We're also working for balance and calm of the mind. Staying present with yourself. As the mind wanders, just bring it back. Bring it back into your body. How does this twist feel? How's your breath? Can you deepen your breathing? Can you smooth out the edges of your breath? Can you soften anywhere in the body? Maybe 5% more. Come out of this. Just honoring any stiffness that builds up. We're going to take a moment to hug the knees in. So it's very normal when you come out of these longer holds to feel really stiff. And that's just part of the body actually releasing some of that tension in the fascia and the ligaments and the joints. And that area gets all that fresh blood flow to help make it a little bit more healthy, a little bit more functional. So we're going to release the feet to the floor, walk them out wide once again. If you had a prop that you want to use, move it to the other side. So it's already there for you. And then we're going to drop the knees over to the left, arms reach out. I like to scoot the hips over to the right a little bit. And then maybe use that support. Again, you can hang out here. You can take the left ankle onto the right thigh. You can look anywhere. Feel free to move and adjust. Our job here in this last pose is to simply be present. Which is much more challenging than you would think it should be. I think especially now we are maybe spending a little more time on social media or keeping up to date on everything that's happening. It's important
to really just tune everything out and tune in to how you're feeling in this moment, acknowledging that, processing that, being present with all of that. It also grounds you more in everything else that's happening around you. Couple more full deep breaths here, getting all of the benefits that you can out of this last twist. Coming back, bringing the knees in, giving them a tight squeeze, maybe rocking side to side, drawing some circles. Just any last release that you need. And then coming into Shavasana, letting the body just melt into the mat, melt into the earth beneath you. Everything is balanced, everything has returned to neutral. The breath is smooth, the body is soft. On your next inhalation, fill up the lungs, sip in all the extra air you can. Long, slow, audible sigh out the mouth. Bring your fingers in, make a fist, release, in and out a couple times. Spread the fingers, reach the arms up overhead, point the toes, take a big full body stretch. Eventually, hug the knees into the chest. Taking a moment here to feel balanced, feel grounded, feel like you've returned to center.
Return to yourself. When you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seat, just finding that length and lift. And take a couple of deep breaths, really fill up the lungs, diaphragmatic breathing, get the ribs to move. And just notice the depth and quality of your breath. Hopefully you can breathe a little deeper. We'll take one last deep breath here together as a group. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, sigh it out. Gently bowing your chin to your chest. Thank yourself for taking time out today for your practice, taking time out to start your week. And I thank you all for joining me. Namaste.